Good morning to all. Now we learn unit number 2, electrical circuit analysis. In this unit, we learn about the KCL, Kirchhoff current law, Kirchhoff voltage law, mesh analysis and its example, nodal analysis and its example, series parallel circuit and its example, and star data transformation and its examples. So first of all, KCL, Kirchhoff current law, right? So KCL states that in an electrical circuit, at any point of time, the algebraic sum of the current in all the conductors meeting at any point is zero. That means suppose in this diagram, right, there is one node is there. At particular node, there are number of lines are connected. So here the I1 current is direction is towards the junction. I2, I3 is away from the junction. I4 and I5, it is also the towards from the junction. So according to the Ohm's law, if we consider if the current direction is towards, it is positive, and if it is away from the junction, we take negative. Then I1 minus I2 minus I3 plus I4 plus I5 equal to 0. This is the KCL. Right. So in other words, whenever two or more conductors meet at a point, then the sum of the current flowing towards the junction point is equal to the sum of the current flowing away from it. Right. Next is KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law. So the Kirchhoff voltage law states that the LV sum of the potential difference in any loop must be equal to 0, as sigma V equal to 0. Now see here, this figure, right? This is one closed circuit. Here the supply voltage is Vs. There are two resistors are connected in series, R1 and R2. So the voltage drop in R1 is IR1. Similarly, the voltage drop in R2 is IR2, right? So according to the KVL, Vs equal to IR1 plus IR2. So when we write final equation for this circuit, we can write Vs minus IR1 minus IR2 equal to 0. This is the KVL, Kirchhoff voltage law. Here the sign of the potential difference is also given. Now some definitions are there, right, before starting the mesh analysis and nodal analysis. Okay. So first definition is element. It is a mathematical model of two-terminal electrical device which can be completely characterized by its voltage and current. Normally there are two types of elements are there, active elements and passive elements, right? We will see the definition of active element and passive element later on, right? But here are the some symbols of active elements, same way the passive elements. Okay. Now active elements, right? So active elements means the element which is capable of delivering an average power greater than 0 to some external device over an infinite time interval, right? Means in this figure, these are the voltage source and current source, right? Which are known as the active element who delivering the power, right? Same way passive elements, it means receiving the power, right? So resistor, inductor and capacitors are called the passive elements in your circuit. The second definition is network. The interconnection of two or more elements called an electrical network, right? So here this is your complete network figure, right? Number of elements are connected, right? Therefore it is called the electrical network. Okay. Third definition is circuit. If a network contains at least one closed path, it is called an electrical circuit, right? This is your closed path. Okay, it is also called the loop, right? So it is called this is your circuit. Next is node. The point at which two or more elements are connected together is called as a node. Now in these circuits, right, two or more elements, right? So here element is resistor, capacitor, resistor. So this one is your first node. This is your second node, third node, and here is your fourth node where three R1, R2 and R3 resistors are connected. So in this circuit, four nodes are there. Next one is a junction. It is a point where 3 or more elements are connected together. 3 or more elements, right? At node 2 or more elements. Okay. Remember these things. Branch, a section or a portion of a network or circuit which lies between two junction points is called as a branch. Right. So again here, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 branches are there. Right. Section or a portion of a network or circuit which lies between two junction points. Okay. Next is loop. Any closed path in a network is called loop. So again, 3 loops are there because 3 closed path is here. Okay. Next one is a mesh. It is a most elementary form of a loop and cannot be further divided into the other loop. Right. We will see complete idea about this mesh in next topic, mesh analysis. Okay. So here are the some definitions, right, which is useful for your Viva and exam point of view. Okay. Now next topic is mesh analysis, right? So mesh analysis applies KVL to find the unknown currents, right? It is only applicable to the planar circuits, right? Now planar circuit, what do you mean by planar circuit? A circuit that can be drawn on a plane with no branches crossing each other, right? It is called the planar circuit. A mesh is a loop that does not contain any other loops. And the current flowing from this mesh is called the mesh current, right? For simplicity that we contain only voltage sources for mesh analysis. Okay, we don't contain the current sources here. So the first step for solving the mesh analysis example is to assume the direction of your mesh loop current, right? For simplicity of your equation, always try to assume the clockwise direction. It is for simplicity. After that, right, apply the KVL for each loop or each meshes, right? Then apply the Cramer's rule and find the value of mesh current I1, I2, and I3 and I4, so on, right? So these are the circuit. Here the total number of nodes is 7, right? Total 7 nodes are there. Loop is 4 and branches is 10, right? 10 branches are there. Okay. So when we apply the KVL for this circuit, right, for first loop, okay. So for this first loop, right, KVL state that the Helvig sum of the voltage is equal to 0. Therefore, for this first loop, our equation become Vs2 equal to I1 R1 plus I1 minus I2 R7 plus I1 minus I3 R5, right? See, the current flowing from this R7 register, it is just some difference of I1 minus I2. Because if we consider the first loop, then I1 is positive and I2 is negative, right? Therefore, the I1 minus I2 into R7, it is a voltage drop across register 7. Similarly, for this R5, I1 is positive for first loop and I3 is negative, and therefore the voltage drop across register R5 is I1 minus I3 into R5, right? And the voltage drop across R1 is simple I1 R1, right? So our big equation is minus Vs2 plus I1 R1 plus I1 in minus I2 R7 plus I1 minus I3 R5 equal to 0. This is for loop 1. Similarly, if we apply the KVL for loop 2, at that time the equation becomes I2 R2 plus I2 minus I4 R6 plus I2 minus I1 R7 equal to 0. Now see, for second loop, I2 is positive and I4 is negative in R6, right? So the voltage drop across register R6 is I2 minus I4 into R6. Similarly, for second loop, the voltage drop across register R7 is I2 is positive, I1 is negative, therefore I2 minus I1 into R7. So our equation become I2 R2 plus I2 minus I4 R6 plus I2 minus I1 R7 equal to 0. Similarly, for third loop, source direction, right, it is from positive to negative, and therefore according to the KVL, right, we take as a negative. So it is minus Vs1 equal to I3 R3, the voltage of across R3 resistor, plus I3 minus I1 R5, right? So our equation becomes Vs1 plus I3 R3 plus I3 minus I1 R5 equal to 0 for mesh 3. Similarly for mesh 4, right, our equation become I4 R4 plus I4 I8 minus Vs1 plus I4 minus I2 R6. And therefore the complete equation is minus Vs1 plus I4 R4 plus I4 R8 plus I4 minus I2 R6 equal to 0 for mesh 4. Right. After writing this equation, right, we will simply take common I1 from equation number 1. We get this one equation R1 plus R5 plus R7 into bracket I1 minus R2 minus R7 I2 minus R5 I3 equal to Vs2. Similarly for mesh 2 and mesh 3, we rearrange the equation. After that, the next step is to prepare the matrix, right, from this 4 equation. So our matrix become like this. This is your complete resistor matrix. This is your mesh current matrix, and this is your apply voltage matrix. In this matrix, this complete matrix is known in your circuit because the resistor values are already known in your circuit. Voltage source is also known, and from applying the Cramer's rule, you can find the value of current I1, I2, I3, and I4. Right. So now how can you apply the Cramer's rule from that matrix? So as we know that the linear equation is Ax equal to B. So suppose here the 3 equations is there as shown in your screen, right? From that we prepare this matrix A, X and B. Now if we want to find the value of X1, then the X1 is equal to D1 by D. X2 equal to D2 by D and X3 equal to D3 by D. Now what is D, D1, D2 and D3? Right. So the D is the determinant of your A matrix. This one. A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Right. So D is your determinant of A matrix. Now D1. D1 is if we replace this B matrix in first column of A matrix. Okay. And after that finding the determinant. It is called the D1. Right. So D1 is equal to determinant of B1, B2, B3, A12, A22, A32, A13, A23, A33. Similarly for D2, if we replace the second column with B matrix, right? So determinant of A11, B1, A13, A12, B2, A23, A13, B3, A33. It is called the D2. And the determinant D3 is equal to the replacement of third column. Means determinant of A11, A12, B1, A12, A22, B2, A13, A32, B3. And after that, X1 is equal to D1 by D, X2 equal to D2 by D, and X3 equal to D3 by D. So by using this Cramer's rule, we can find the value of X1, X2, and X3. Similar logic is applied in mesh analysis, right? So let us solve first example. Determine the mesh current I1, I2, and I3 for the network shown below. This is your network, right? So in this network, there are 3 loops are there, means 1, 2, and 3. So the mesh current of first loop is I1, I2, and I3 for second and third loop respectively, right? So first step is to give the direction. The direction is already given in your circuit, right? Second step is apply the KVL for each mesh, right? And write down the equation. So we apply the KVL first loop, means this one. So when we apply the KVL at that time, our equation becomes 50 is equal to 10I1 plus 5I1 minus I2 plus 3I1 minus I3. Here in 5 ohm resistor, if we consider the first loop, then I1 is positive and I2 is negative. Therefore, we take voltage drop 5 into I1 minus I2. Similarly, in third ohm resistor, I1 is positive and I3 is negative. Then the voltage drop across 3 ohm resistor is 3 into I1 minus I3. So when we expand that equation, our equation becomes 50 equal to 18I1 minus 5I2 minus 3I3. Right, this is our first equation for loop 1. Similarly, if we apply the KVL for loop 2, right? So it is 2I2 minus 10, because this is positive to negative, so it is minus 10 plus 1 into I2 minus I3 plus 5 into I2 minus I1. Our final equation for loop 2 is minus 10 equal to minus 5I1 plus 8I2 minus I3. This is our second equation. Similarly, for third loop, our equation become minus 5. It is again positive to negative, so it is minus 5 equal to 3 into I3 minus I1 plus 1 into I3 minus I2. So the final equation become minus 5 equal to minus 3I1 minus I2 plus 4I3. Now from this three equation, we prepare the matrix here. This is our source matrix, 50 minus 10 minus 5, right? This is our resistor matrix, 18 minus 5 minus 3 minus 5 8 minus 1 minus 3 minus 1 4, and this is the mesh current I1 I2 I3. We prepare this matrix from above three equation. Now first step is to determine the determinant of this original matrix, right? It is D, right? So it is 356 ohm, right? Similarly, D1, if we replace the first column of this matrix with this one, 50 minus 10 minus 5, and find the determinant, it is called the D1. It is 1175 ohm, right? We replacing the first column. Similarly, when we replace the second column, it is D2, it is 50 minus 10 minus 5, right? The determinant is 355. Similarly, D3, replace the third column. The value of D3 is 525 ohm. So I1 equal to D1 by D, right? So D1 is 1175, D is 356. Therefore, we get I1 equal to 3.30 ampere, right? Similarly, I2 equal to D2 by D. So it is 355 divided by 356. It is 0.99 ampere. And similarly, I3, D3 by D, it is 525 divided by 356. It is 1.47 ampere. So by this way, we can solve the example of mesh analysis and find the mesh current value I1, I2 and I3. Let us solve another example. Determine the mesh current again, right, for this circuit. Again, the first step is to apply give the mesh current direction. It is already given in the circuit. Second step is to apply the KVL and write down the equation for each mesh. So first of all, we write the equation for this first loop. It is 7 minus 6, because 6 from 6 volt battery, it is positive to negative. Therefore, it is minus 6 equal to 1 into I1 minus I2 plus 2 into I1 minus I3. This is for first loop. So our first equation is 1 equal to 3I1 minus I2 minus 2I3. Similarly, second equation is 2I2 plus 3 into I2 minus I3 plus 1 into I2 minus I1 equal to 0. So our final second equation is 0 equal to minus I1 plus 6I2 minus 3I3. Similarly, for third loop, 6 equal to 3i3 minus i2 plus i3 plus 2 into i3 minus i1. So our third equation becomes 6 equal to minus 2i1 minus 3i2 plus 6i3. Now prepare the matrix. This is your matrix. Here equal to sign is there, right? So 106 equal to 3 minus 1 minus 2 minus 1 6 minus 3 minus 2 minus 3 6 i1 i2 i3. Find the determinant d d1 d2 d3 by applying the Cramer's rule. D is 39 ohm, d1 is 117 ohm, d2 is 78 ohm, and d3 is 117 ohm. So I1 equal to d1 by d, it is 117 by 39, it is 3 ampere. I2 equal to d2 by d, it is 78 divided by 39, it is 2 ampere. And I3 equal to d3 by d, it is 117 by 39, it is again 3 ampere. So this is the mesh analysis, right? By applying the mesh analysis, we can find the mesh current value, right? I1, I2, and I3. Now, next is the nodal analysis. Nodal analysis applies KCL, right? Okay. We directly see the example. Use the nodal analysis to find the voltage across 5 ohm resistor for the network shown below, right? So we want to find the voltage across this resistor. Now the first step of nodal analysis is give the node number, right? So in this circuit, there are 3 nodes are there. First, second, and third one is a ground node. But we don't write the equation for ground node, right? So we give the number node A, node B, and node C, right? And our circuit become like this one: A, B, and C, right? So the first step of node analysis is give the node number. Now apply KCL. The KCL states that the incoming current is equal to the outgoing current, or the LV sum of the current at particular junction is equal to 0, right? So when we apply the KCL at node A, right, if we take the current source direction, if towards the junction it is positive, and if it is away from the junction is negative, then the equation for node A is 3.1 is equal to VA minus VB by 5, current through 5 ohm resistor, it is VA minus VB by 5 plus VA by 2, the current through 2 ohm resistor. So our equation become for node A is 0.7 VA minus 0.2 VB equal to 3.1. Similarly, if we apply the KCL at node B, it is there the direction is away from the junction, right? So as I told earlier, if the direction is away from the junction, it is negative. So negative into negative is positive. So it is 1.4 equal to VB by 1 plus VB minus VA by 5. So our second equation become minus 0.2 VA plus 1.2 VB is equal to 1.4. Now again, prepare the matrix from these two equations. Our matrix become this one. Again, apply the Cramer's rule and find D1 and D2. So the D is 0.8, D1 is 4, and D2 is 1.6. So the VA is equal to D1 by D. So it is 4 upon 0.8. So it is 5 volt. And VB equal to D2 by D. So it is 1.6 divided by 0.8. So it is 2 volt. So now in your example, you have to find the value of voltage across 5 ohm resistor. Right here. So it is a voltage difference between two voltage V and minus VB. So when we apply that equation, so the voltage across 5 ohm resistor is VA minus VB is equal to 5 minus 2 is equal to 3 volts. You can solve this example, right? Here again the three nodes are there, 1, 2 and third one, A, B and C. Apply the KCL at node A. Our equation is become 8 equal to VA minus VB by 5 plus VA by 7. And similarly for node 2, now it is towards the junction, right? So 5 equal to VB minus VA by 5 plus VB by 10. So after writing the matrices and find the determinant of D, D1 and D2, you can find the value of VA, VB and voltage across 5 ohm resistor. So by applying the Kramer's rule, we got the value of VA is equal to 54.09 volt, VB equal to 52.27 volt, and the voltage drop across 5 is VA minus VB, that is 54.09 minus 52.72, it is 1.37 volt, right? There are also some examples of mesh analysis, right? Find the current through 2 ohm resistor for networks on below, right? So now here the current direction is given, right? So here the 3 loops are there and 3 mesh current is there, I1, I2 and I3. So I1 is equal to 6 ampere because this is a current source. So there are no current divide here. So I1 remains same. So I1 equal to 6 ampere. So we can directly write I1 equal to 6. Now apply the KVL at this second loop. So it is 36 equal to 12 into I2 minus I1 plus 6 into I2 minus I3. And then when we put I1 equal to 6 in our equation, we got 18 I2 minus 6 I3 equal to 108, right? We put the value of I1 equal to 6 ampere. Similarly, apply the KVL at loop 3. We got the minus 9, right? Because it is positive to negative. So minus 9 equal to 6 I3 minus I2 plus 3 I3 plus 2 I2. So we get 6 I2 minus 11 I3 equal to 9. This is our second equation. So by solving the equation number first and 2, we got the value of I3 is equal to 3 ampere. And therefore, the current in 2 ohm resistor, this one, it is also the similar to the I3. And therefore, the current in 2 ohm resistor is also 3 ampere. Another example, determine the current to the 4 ohm resistor branch of the network shown below using mesh analysis. So here the circuit is given. There are again the 3 loops are there. So 3 mesh current I1, I2 and I3. But the first step is to apply the KVL at first loop, that is 8 equal to 2I1 plus 2I1 minus I2 plus 2I1 minus I3. Apply the KVL at mesh 2. Our equation becomes 2I2 plus 4I2 minus I3 plus 2I2 minus I1 equal to minus 6. Here minus 6 it for positive to negative, right? Similarly for mesh 3, right? 2I3 minus I1 plus 4I3 minus I2 plus 2I3 is equal to 6. So when we prepare the matrix become like this one. 6 minus 2 minus 2, 6 minus 2 minus 2, minus 2, 8 minus 4, minus 2 minus 4 minus 8, minus 2 minus 4, 8. So again, find the D, D1, D2 and D3. So this is your delta, means D, right? This one is your D2. This one is your D3. So I2 equal to D2 by D, D3 by D. We got I2 equal to 0.5 ampere and I3 equal to 1.5 ampere. So the current through 4 ohm resistor is I3 minus I2 is equal to 1.5 minus 0.5, it is 1 ampere. Find the current through 4 ohm resistor for network shown below. This is a nodal analysis examples, right? So apply the KCL at node A, right? So we got 2 equal to VA by 2 plus VA minus V by 5 for node A. Similarly for node B, 4 minus 4 equal to VB by 4 plus VB minus VA by 5. So our equation become first equation is 0.7 VA minus 0.2 VB equal to 2 Similarly, the second equation is minus 0.2 VA plus 445 VB equal to minus 4. So again, by solving this two equation and applying the Cramer rule, we got the VA and VB 0.4 and minus 8.7 volt. So the current through the 5 ohm resistor is VA minus VB by 5. So by putting the value of VA and VB, we got the current is 1.78 ampere. Now the series and parallel circuits, right? So if the three resistors are connected in series, then the equivalent resistor is R equivalent equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Similarly, if three resistors are connected in parallel, then 1 upon R equivalent equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3, right? So these are the comparison when the capacitors are connected in series and parallel and the resistors are connected in series and parallel and inductor are connected in series and parallel, right? So determine the value of R so that the current supplied by the battery is 5 ampere, right? For circuit given below. Now see, here the first step is these three resistors 4 ohm and 10 ohm and 20 ohms are connected in parallel. So first step is to find the equivalent of these three resistors. It is 1 upon R equal to 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 10 plus 1 upon 20. We got R equal to 2.5 ohm. Equivalent of these three resistors. Similarly, the 2 and 3 are also in parallel, right? So equivalent of that is R2 is equal to 1.2 ampere. So when we replace these three by 2.5 ohm and these two is by 1.2 ohm, right? So it is all three resistors are connected in series. So 2.5 plus 1.2 plus 2.3. So addition them, we got the 6 ohm. So after that, the 6 ohm resistor, right, equivalent of this upper side resistance is connected parallel with this R. So we can write R into 6 divided by R plus 6, right? Now as the total circuit current is 5 ampere and the voltage is 15 volt. So by applying the Ohm's law V equal to IR, we can find the value of total resistance of your circuit, right? So it is 15 by 5, it is 3, right? So the total equivalent resistor is 3 ohm, right? And as we know, the equivalent resistor is 6R divided by 6 plus R. So when we compare both, right, 6R upon R plus 6, so when we equal to 3, so we get the resistance value R is equal to 6 ohm. This is the parallel series concept examples, okay? Now current division rule. Suppose this is your circuit. In this circuit, two resistors are connected in parallel, R1 and R2. And then when we apply the voltage source, the current is supply is I. It is further divided into I1 and I2. Now, if you want to find the value of I1, then I1 equal to your circuit current I into your parallel resistor, it is R2 divided by summation of two resistors. So I1 equal to I into R2 upon R1 plus R2. Similarly, I2 equal to I into R1 upon R1 plus R2. This is the current division rule. We will apply this rule in some examples. Okay. Similarly, the voltage divider rule, right? Okay. Now, next one is the star delta transformation. Now, suppose in your circuit there are delta connected resistors are there or star connected resistors are there, and for solving your circuit you need to simplify it, right? So we can convert a delta into star or star into a delta according to the our necessity, right? So this is left hand side is your star connection, this one is your delta connection, right? So if you want to convert your equation from star to delta, means the star value is given RA, RB and RC, and you want to find the value of RAB, RBC and RCA, then RAB equal to RA in plus RB plus RA into RB divided by RC. Similarly, RBC equal to RB plus RC plus RB into RC divided by RA. Similarly, RCA equal to RC plus RA plus RC into RA divided by RB. This is your star to delta conversion. Remember these things. In next slide, we learn about the delta to star. Means in your circuit, delta is given. If you want to convert that delta into the star form, then the value of RAB, RBC and RCA is given. You have to find the value of RA, RB and RC. Right? So RA equal to RAB into RCA divided by RAB plus RBC plus RCA. RB equal to RBC into RAB divided by RAB plus RBC plus RCA. Similarly, RC equal to RCA into RBC divided by RAB plus RBC plus RCA. Right? So this is the delta to star form. Okay. So let us solve one example. First of all, this example is based on the series parallel networks. Right? For these circuits in figure, calculate the current taken by the circuit. You have to find the value of this current. Right? So now how can you find? Right? The first step is this 100 ohm resistor and this 100 ohm resistor. Right? Both are connected in series. So equivalent of that is 200 ohm. And that 200 ohm is connected parallel to this 50 ohm. Similarly, this 50 ohm and 50 ohm are connected in series. So equivalent of that is 50 plus 50 is 100 ohm. And that 100 ohm is connected in pair with this 100 ohm. So our circuit become like this one, right? 50, 200, 100, 100. So when we find the equivalent of these two resistors, 50 and 200, it is 40 ohm, and 100 and 100, it is 50 ohm. So we replace this one, right? So our circuit become like 40 ohm and 50 ohm. Now this 40 ohm and 50 ohms are connected in series because no current divide, right? If current is not divided, then it is a series connection. If current is divided, it is a voltage parallel connection, right? So the equivalent of these two resistors is 90 ohm, and that 90 ohm is again parallel with this 90 ohm. So our circuit become like this one. So when we find the equivalent of these two parallel 90 ohm resistor, it is 45. So we replace it by 45 ohm. So our circuit become like this one. And this 45 ohm and 55 ohms are again connected in series. So equivalent of is 100 ohm, and that 100 ohms is connected in parallel with this 100 ohm. Our circuit become like this one. And the equivalent of these two 100 ohm parallel resistors is 50 ohm. The final our circuit is become this one. 100 volt, 50 ohm. Now apply the Ohm's law, V equal to IR, we can find the value of current. It is I equal to 2 ampere. Right. Now find the equivalent resistor between terminal A and B using star data transformation. Right. So this is your circuit. Now in this circuit there is a delta is present, right? Between 20, 15 and 5. This one. So first of all, we give the number A, B and C, right? So the first step is to convert this delta into the star form, right? So what is the equation of RA? So RA equal to RAB into RAC divided by RAB plus RAC plus RBC. So it is put the value of RAB, RAC and RBC. We got the RA equal to 2.5 ohm. Similarly, RB equal to RAB into RBC divided by RAB plus RBC plus RAC. Put the value of RAB, RBC and RAC. We got the value of RB is 7.5 ohm. Similarly, we get the value of RC is equal to 1.87 ohm. Right? Now, replace that delta in this star form. So our circuit become like this one. This is your star, 2.5, 7.5 and 1.87. Remaining all the resistors are the same. Now, when we replace the delta into the star form, after that, these two resistors, 10 and 2.5, it is in series. Similarly, these three resistors, 7.5, 5 and 25 are connected in parallel. These two, 1.87 and 2 are series. This one is also series, not a parallel. 7.5, 5 and 25 are in series, right? And these two registers, 10 and 5, are also in series. So this is 12.5. This one is 37.5. This one is 3.87 and this one is 15, right? So our circuit become like this one: 12.5, 15, 3.87, 37.5 and 30 is there. Now see, right, this one is delta form, right? Terminal A1, 2 and 3. So we convert this delta into the star form again, right? So we got the value of R1, R2 and R3 and replace that in your circuit, right? So R1 is your 1.54, R2 is 1.85 and R3 is 5.97. When we replace that delta in this circuit, our circuit becomes like this one, right? Now from this circuit, the 1.504 and 37.5 ohm resistor are connected in series. The equivalent of that is 39.04. Similarly, 1.85 and 30 is connected in series. The equivalent of that is 31.85. And both are connected in parallel, right? By this way. So equivalent of that is 17.54. And this 17.54 and 5.97 are connected in series. So the final answer, the resistance between A and B terminal is 23.51 ohm. Right? Calculate the current supplied by the battery in the network of figures on below. Right? Now see, again, in these examples, there are two delta, A, B, and C, and D, C, and E. So the first step, right, for solving to find the value of current, convert this to delta into the star form. So we can first of all convert the delta ABC into the star form, right? So this is your ABC into the star form, RA, RB and RC. So RA equal to RAB into RAC divided by RAB plus RBC plus RCA. So we get RA is equal to 2 by 3, RB equal to 1 and RC equal to 2. Now we convert the delta DCE into the star form and find the value of RD, RC and RE, right? So again the RC equal to RCD into RCE upon RCD plus RDE plus RCE. So when we put that value, we got the value of RC is equal to 1 ohm, RD equal to 3 by 5 ohm and RE equal to 1.5 ohm. Now we replace this to delta in our circuit with a star form. So our circuit become like this one. This is your A, B and C star and this is your D, C and E star, right? So it is RA, RB and RC. This is RC, RD and RE. So by replacing that two delta into the star, right, these three resistors, 1 ohm, 3.5 ohm and 1.5 ohm are connected in series. Similarly, these two are in series. Right, so equivalent of that is 6 and this one is 3. So circuit become like this one and these 3 ohm and 6 ohm are connected in parallel. So equivalent of that is 2 ohm. So we replace that in 2 ohm. And after that, these 3 resistors are connected in series. So we can find the value, equivalent resistor is 49 by 15 ohm. So the voltage is given, resistor is there. So you can, by applying the Ohm's law, you can find the value of current is equal to V by R. So we get the current supplied by the battery is 15 ampere. Again, one another example, determine the current in the 17 ohm resistor of figure shown here. Right? We want to find the value of current in this resistor, right? So the first step of for solving this example is this 11 and 4, it is in series. So the resistance between D and B terminal is now 15 ohm. Similarly, the resistance between A and E, because 4 ohm and 2 ohms are connected in series, so equivalent of that is 6 ohm. So we replace this one by 6 and this is 15. So after by replacing that, the AEC, this is in delta form. Similarly, the D, F and B are also in delta, D, F and B, right? So we convert that to delta into the star form. So first of all, we convert, right? This is the series connection. That to delta, right? First we convert AEC into the star form. So it is RE, RA and RC. Again, applying the same delta to star conversion equation, we got the value of RE, RA and RC is 2 ohm because all the resistors have the same value. Therefore, we get RE equal to RA equal to RC equal to 2 ohm. Similarly, apply the delta to star equation for DFB, right? We can find the value of RF, RD and RB. It is 5 ohm. Again, the value of these three resistors are same and therefore we get RD equal to RF equal to RB equal to 5 ohm. After that, we replace that in our circuit. So this is your AEC star, RA, RE and RC. Similarly, this is your D, RD, RF and RB. Now see, these three resistors, upper side, 2 ohm, 41 ohm and 5 ohm are connected in series. So equivalent of that is 48. 2 ohm, 17 ohm and 5 ohm are also in series. The equivalent of is 24, right? So 24 and 48 are connected in parallel. So equivalent of that is 16. And after that, 2 ohms, 16 ohm and 5 ohms are connected in series. So equivalent of that is 23. So the voltage is given, equivalent resistance is there. So your circuit current is, according to the Ohm's law, V equal to IR, I is equal to V by R. That is 115 divided by 23. So it is 5 ampere. Remember these things. This is your circuit current. And you have to find the value of current in the 17 ohm resistor here. So from this circuit, right here, we apply the current division rule here. Because your circuit current is flowing this one, after that it is divided into two parts, I1 and I2. Now we have to find the value of I2. So I2, according to the current division rule, right, I2 equal to your circuit current I into your parallel resistor. This parallel resistor is 48 divided by R1 plus R2, right? So your equation become for current flowing through the 17 ohm resistor is I17 equal to your circuit current I, which is 5 ampere into parallel resistor 48 divided by 48 plus 24. So you will get the value of current in 70 ohm resistor is 10 by 3 ampere. Here we apply the current division rule. Remember these things. Okay. Again, one example is there. Find the resistance between the terminals A and B as shown in the below. All right. So now see here. Here C, D and E, it is in delta form. And G, F and H are also in delta form. So the first step is to convert these two delta into the star form. So first of all, we convert C, D and E into the star form. So we get the value of RC, RD and RE, which is same because all the value is 21 ohm. So RC equal to RD equal to RE is equal to 7 ohm. Similarly, we apply the delta to star conversion equation for triangle GFNH, right? Again, the values are same, 18, 18 and 18 ohm. Therefore, we get the RF, RG and RH is equal to 6 ohm, right? So when we replace that 2 delta into the star form of our circuit, become this one, RC, RD and RE, RF, RG and RH. Now very simple example. These two are in series. These three are in series. These three are in series. These two are in series. After that, right, our circuit become like this one. 5 plus 7, 12. 7 plus 7 plus 6, it is 20. 6 plus 8, 14. 6 plus 7 plus 7, 20. Now 20, 20 parallel. So equivalent of that is 10 ohm. And 3 resistors are connected in series. So final answer, the resistance between A and B terminal is 36 ohm.